Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf, the voice of Transformers Collectors Club Australia. This is episode 31. We are recording live on September 25th, 2015. As you can hear, there's a little bit of background noise, but it should be okay. And that background noise is because Brad is in a hotel room in Melbourne. Brad, how are you doing?
Yes, thank you, Jason. Reporting live here from South Bank in Melbourne. It's a chilly 8 degrees, and let's talk some Transformers.
Well, sounds good, but before we do talk some Transformers, let's introduce Mikey. Bill is having some internet issues tonight, so we have asked Mikey to come on and take his place, and Mikey has kindly agreed to. How are you doing?
I'm doing, as Bill and Ted would say, quite excellent at the moment. Actually,
have you read the new Bill and Ted comic?
No, I'd love to.
There is a Bill and Ted comic, and it is probably one of the funniest things I've read in most of the year. It's called Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return. Like if you're a comics fan, it is well worth your time. I'll just say.
I hope.
Speaking of hoping, Brad is on a 4G data connection in Melbourne, so he does drop out a little bit. Sorry, Brad, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just about to say, I hope you're recording, aren't you?
I am recording, yes.
Yeah, I hope that got that because I missed.
He's missed it again. All right, look.
The second half of your Bill and Ted comments, so this will be cut.
Yeah,
technology.
This is going really interesting because it feels like Brad's about 10 seconds out of sync with the rest of us.
Yay.
Like that. So, this podcast is the voice of Transformers Collectors Club Australia. The TCCA website can be found at www.transformerscca.com. You'll find links to the YouTube channel, the Facebook group where our main discussions are going on, podcast, and more. And international listeners, if you are listening from outside of Australia, we're sorry you can't really join TCCA because the A stands for Australia, but you can join us on the Off the Shelf Facebook page. Try saying that 10 times fast. There is a link to that in the show notes. And, of course, you can also join the conversation on Twitter with our newly decloaked Twitter account, Transformers CCA.
And the conversation is happening. Or sort of.
I think that means Brad's tweeting at people trying to get attention.
I'm posting. Yeah, I'm twerting stuff.
No, you don't twert.
Actually, I think I was tweaking.
Yeah, this is skirting very dangerously close to twerking.
Twerking, yeah.
Okay. Just for listener reinsurance, unfortunately, the waffle bell has been left outside in the car because I'm in a hotel room with my wife and kids in bed. So we need the mental waffle bell to go off tonight. Ding ding.
I think it's okay. We haven't really gone too far off the rails yet. Do you want to tell us about the Paid and Proud membership and how many members we have at the moment? And then we get to talk about Transformers.
Yeah, we'll just do this a little bit. Australian listeners, yes, of course, you can become a Paid and Proud member of the club. It's just a $5 membership fee. We are fastly approaching the middle of that membership year, so we're currently sitting on 155 paid members. By Christmas, with our Christmas giveaways, I'd like to get to the 200 mark. That we'll see what happens when we get a little bit further along in the year. But right. Social count, we are at 1,343.
That's members on the Facebook group.
That's members on the Facebook group.
That's a pretty big number.
It is.
Yeah, we've got about 30 this week, I think.
Cool.
25, 30, yeah. So, yep, very good.
All right, let's quickly give a shout out to some YouTube reviewers, one of which is not sitting a million miles away from us on this podcast. Kai McFly has a review of DX9 Carry. He's posted that up in the group. And someone called Mega TF Man, whose name also appears to be Mikey, he's back in the game with a review of Hasbro's MP07 Starscream. Mikey, do you want to tell us quickly, give us the 30-second summary of the figure. What do you think?
It's good.
All right, that was very fast. That was very good.
It's a good use of the MP11 mold. Has great paint apps, and if you don't own this mold, own this version.
Sounds good.
Now, a quick one. This is the same mold that Takara have used for their Skywarp, and then to come to Thundercracker. The one mod that has been done to this mould is an improved coming together of the chest. Can you grab its shoulders and give it a shake and have it fall in half, or does it stay together?
It stays together pretty firmly.
I thought that was actually an improvement that MP11 made over MP3.
Oh, no, MP11 still had that same issue. It just, the chest never stayed together.
MP11 though.
Yeah, it's still MP11. They just,
I think what Brad is saying is that Hasbro made some tweaks to the mold when they were creating their Starscream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into favourite post of the week. I had a favourite post of the week, just came up tonight, but I'm going to hold that off. Brad, what's your favourite post?
I need to check Facebook.
All right, Mikey, what's your favourite post?
Okay. Someone posted today, I apologise, David Attenborough with the Dinobots posting about Saw's egg giving, I always get these wrong, Slug a pat on the head, and he had Saw again in his hand, but
cool. Yeah, so David Attenborough, David Attenborough, bit of a Jurassic Park thing going on there as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Mikey, did you have a favourite post this week? Try not to make it one of your own.
Yeah, one of my many thousand of them.
Didn't you post you have a swarm of bees? Sorry, go.
Yeah.
you can post that. You can plug that at the end of the show.
I'll plug that later. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, my favourite post was probably Jason shouting out a figure that we're going to be talking about. Well, two figures that we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah, so we had reveals of Masterpiece HotRod and Shockwave today. So cool. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I want to give a shout out to Rodney Rocker Smythe, who posted a link to a gallery that was taken by Art Boy Studios in Melbourne. I'm not sure if the exhibition was this year or last year, but they've uploaded a whole bunch of photos from it. It seems to be from March, whichever year it was in. And they had a collection of Transformers-inspired artwork, and I found a few pieces in there that everything was really quite expensive, but there were a few pieces in there that I could sort of see my way to maybe investigating purchasing. There was a really good. I quite enjoyed there was a 3-canvas split of one side of Galvatron's head, the other side of Megatron's head, and then sort of an amalgam of the two of them in the middle. Anyway, that was a cool post. Thanks, Rocco, and much appreciated. Shall we talk about some news? Brad's busy typing stuff into the run sheet. Let's do it later. Let's get on to talking about some news. We have, as Mikey alluded to, there are some new Takara Masterpiece reveals. So before we can get to that, we need to talk about some Hasbro stuff first. So first up, there's the Combiner Wars Brawl in package images. So it's not in hand, but at least the package is there. Brawl is the first new Combiner Wars Deluxe mold in quite a while, so it's good to see something happening that's new on the Combiner Wars front. And he is, of course, part of the Combaticons, which should be coming. I'm not sure if they're Wave 5 or Wave 6. I think they might be. There might be Wave. There might be Wave 5 now.
It's either that or Victorion. It's one of the two.
No, Victorion's not a wave because she's being sold as a gift box.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Wave 5.
Maybe 5 because six is that Silverbolt repaint into Computron beta or whatever it is.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we'll say Combaticons are Wave 5. Wave 6
yep.
can be the Technobots. Anyway, so what do you think? It's a green tank. He looks like a fairly typical Combiner Wars Deluxe to me. They're not bad. They've got a decent amount of articulation, but all we can really see is his tank mode.
I think he hides the connector port in his chest a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Although that might be just the layer of plastic masking it a bit. Ball jointed elbows, completely closed fists, very wide hips.
Childbearing hips.
Oh. Yeah, he's taken that off Motormaster, but the head sculpt looks good, and even the track's been a different colour. There is one photo with the turret all the way forward, and I can only think that they've just laid the leg mode down and haven't brought the turret back into the central position.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, that's for in-hand images later.
Yeah, look, let's worry about Brawl when we get some in-hand images.
Okay.
Let's move on because we don't want to spend too long on the Hasbro stuff tonight. We've got Combiner Wars G2 Superion in-hand images. These are some images for comparison posted up to TFW 2005. We've got a blue Silverbolt. I wonder if he's still called Silverbolt. And you know, if I knew all the names of the aerial bots, it'd be cool, but I don't, so like that's fine. Overall, I mean, like it's still Superion. I kind of like the G2 colors, but I kind of find when it's all put together as Silverbolt, as Superion, I kind of find that the blue of Silverbolt really dominates the figure, and so the rest of it just sort of looks like his G1 limbs attached to it. Yeah. So
just sort of the outside colours, limb colours, you can sort of rearrange them and still have a fairly similar Silverbolt, Superion looking mode. Whatever the red one is, Skydive? The red
sure,
one?
let's go with Skydive.
That's probably the worst repaint ever because the main jet body is red.
Like him.
Yeah. We really need Bill for this. Yes, they changed colours, but did they change name? Well, it's G2 Superion, so you'd think that, yes, it's blue Silverbolt.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it's blue.
Alright, but there's going to be more of it later. So it is apparently coming out here later, well, either later this year or early next year, I guess. It is apparently out in China now, and if you manage to find it at the right place in China, it's apparently $85. It's just a pretty good price for a Combiner box set.
Very
Agreed.
good.
Yeah. But we haven't had none of our local sellers have got a pre-order up for it, so that's interesting.
No, I wonder if that's because they seem to be getting... I mean, our local guys seem to import from Chinese resellers who get third-party toys. I'm not sure if they're used to getting Hasbro from China.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, and as Brad alluded to earlier, there are actually in-hand images of the Combaticons coming up later in the news. So, what do we got? There is actually a picture of the Combiner Wars Bruticus and all of the individual bots. Bruticus doesn't look too bad, but he's still got this problem that I'm finding with Combiner Wars bots, where the legs, the bots that make up the legs, they just look like their vehicles stuck to something else. It's like he just looks like he's got a G.
That's G1.
Though. I don't care if it looks like. I don't care if that's how it is in G1. Yeah. It just gives them really fat legs.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I know there's some people with Menasor that'll turn it around so you only see the bottom of the bot. Same with
I've noticed that with Superion. I think it does make it look a lot better.
Yeah, but you watch any of the cartoons and the vehicle mode's always pointing forward. My biggest gripe with Combiner Wars is the arms and the air quotes rock ape arms. Arms shouldn't hang down to the knees, and whenever I do my combiners, I don't extend the legs like they have. I just sort of bend the figure in half.
This is true. The arms aren't supposed to. Arms aren't supposed to go down that far. You're right. I mean, there's also like these oversized fists on most of the Combiner Wars figures. Yeah. So something else that I noticed, Hasbro made a big deal at Comic-Con about saying that they've got new heels, and they've got pivoting heels. Yet this Bruticus has definitely got I'm just gonna say that he's got the shitty version 1 feet. Which, for all of the Combiner Wars figures, the feet have been really quite disappointing because they've got this thing where all of the add-on hands and feet have to be usable as guns for the bots, but really you just need a better foot, and the figure needs to be a little bit more stable on them. And this is why there's perfect Combiner upgrade kits that have these massive boots for the Combiners to stand, because they look better.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't even changed the guns. Like, his right arm's still a Gatling gun. The other arm's still a big gun. We can't see the feet, but I bet one of them's the Ian takes off Sunstreaker and. So
look, it's still repaint hell. But at least it looks like Bruticus. Yeah.
It's definitely a Bruticus head.
Yeah,
definitely. That head's Bruticus. It'll be interesting because there's still people holding out hope that Takara will do an actual shuttle for blast off and not the plane.
Pretty sure they are, aren't they?
We don't really know. Hasbro, Takara haven't really announced it.
There's been a concept doodle, whether it's legit or not. That's another thing. But
yeah, true.
The designer did tweet that, so that's where most of the hope's coming from. But yeah, this is definitely a buy for me.
All right,
I love it.
Let's get on and talk about the good stuff, because just today we're moving on to Takara news. Just today, there's some show somewhere, and I actually don't know which exhibition it is, but Takara has a stand of Transformers stuff and a stand of Zoid stuff side by side. They've got Masterpiece Trax and Road Rage and Ironhide sitting in their display cabinet, and they've got prototypes of Shockwave and HotRod, the new masterpieces that have only... Well, so Shockwave has only been revealed today. We didn't have any confirmation that Shockwave is coming. There's been rumours that they've been doing a masterpiece Shockwave for about the last 5 years, but this is the first time that we've actually seen any confirmation from Takara that they're doing one. And there's also Takara's recently revealed second run at doing a HotRod masterpiece, which is thought to be coming out next year for the 30th anniversary of Transformers the movie. Which, if that's the case, it does actually throw open the possibility that we might see some other movie figures done as masterpieces.
Maybe a figure I mentioned back in February, but we'll leave that for another 6 months.
We might. It's been much rumoured all over the place. And look. Since
there's still people talking about Hound, so yeah, all right.
If you're going to allude to it, we may as well say it. So there are rumours that there will be a Galvatron, and it does look like it's going to be a fairly full year for masterpieces next year. I mean, we've got Trax and Road Rage due by the end of the year. It's worth remembering we only have 3 months before the end of the year here. Possibly Ironhide as well. Trax did get delayed to November, which does possibly throw the schedule out a little bit, or it just means that November's going to be a crowded month with both Trax and Road Rage coming out with the same mold. There have actually been some pictures of Trax released this week as well, and oh my god, that shiny blue is really awesome.
Yes,
but let's talk about Shockwave. Let's talk about Shockwave for a minute. So there's
just before we go into Shockwave and Rodimus,
and HotRod,
all those and HotRod, sorry. Those complaining about Red Bumblebee.
Is anyone complaining about Red Bumblebee?
Yeah.
I don't see anyone complaining about it. I just see people saying, I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, Clamp Down, Trax, Road Rage. Those figures exist, so these unique moulds can be made. We have here 2 moulds. Yes, they might do a Shattered Glass Rodimus or HotRod.
I don't see them doing a Shattered Glass Rodimus as a repaint. They might do They might just do like a Nemesis one or whatever he is.
Oh, Nemesis, sorry, yeah. Just the purple and black. But essentially, these 2 figures, they're not going to do a grey Shockwave Radio Shack.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if they did, though?
Well, they're out of business, so there's no licensing that they have to get. But
yeah, exactly. So there's no reason why they wouldn't.
Well, it's okay. Just because a company goes bankrupt, it doesn't mean their name is available to use. People actually buy the rights to these names when companies go bankrupt. I think you'll find someone owns Radio Shack, but even then, Shockwave is not a copyrighted name anyway. But
no, and I can see with all the Diaclone repaints, I can definitely see him being repainted into a grey Shockwave. But
so just to actually give some context to what we're talking about here, there does tend to be a lot of reuse of masterpiece molds these days. We've had a lot of Lamborghinis out. We've got Sideswipe, we've got G2 Sideswipe, we've got Tiger Trax, and now we have Clampdown. And so that's 4 uses of that mold. The Nissans, there's 4 of them, if not more.
There's 5. There's 5. With so
there's lots
Lambos.
of them, is my point. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
I mean, as Brad was saying, selling more figures that are repainted from some of the older figures in the cars, it does somewhat finance the use of one-off molds. I mean, Hasbro or Takara's only repainted Soundwave once, and like Soundwave's a pretty unique mold. You can't really reuse him much except to go for a color variant and sort of one of the weirdest offshoot characters ever that doesn't really have that much of an actual precedent to him in the black Sound Blaster. But
I'm gonna sound dumb here. Was Blaster not a Takara thing? Was that Hasbro?
No, I just tend to throw Hastak together because we know they do collaborate a lot on the designs for these figures. Oh. But no, so Sound Blaster is a Takara repaint of Soundwave. He's black, but there's just not much of an actual precedent for the character. Yeah, I mean, you might say that Clampdown is not really a figure that you would really expect a masterpiece to be made of, but there you go.
Blue streak.
I love blue streaky. Back off.
I'm hearing a lot of love for it, but anyway, back to these two bots we need to talk about. Shockwave.
So the point of what you were saying is that if they can get a little bit of extra money out of some of the molds that they can reuse, then it allows them to do single-use molds. Now, anything else they might do this year that might be something like in the shape of Galvatron is not going to be something that they can reuse either. So there's potentially a few. When I say this year, sorry, I mean next year. There's potentially a case where there's going to be some one-off molds in the Masterpiece line. I mean, HotRod, Ironhide you can repaint into Ratchet, and maybe they might get a green repaint out of him as well, but. If they do Optimus Primal as well, then there's a lot of molds.
That's definitely a single mold.
Sure,
Primal's a single mold, but to throw one out from past, Wheeljack.
Mm-hmm.
That appeared to everyone, even those in the higher Transformers community, that Wheeljack was a one-off mold. You brought through the Datsuns to pay for Wheeljack, mold engineering-wise. And then they turn around and come out with Exhaust, which is probably one of the most non-talked about characters ever. From one episode.
I still find... Well, no, Exhaust isn't from an episode. He's the Diaclone, isn't he?
Yeah.
So like... Look, I mean, they've also done other Diaclone repaints as well, but, they're just sort of mining a bit of history for the line. It is actually nice to see some new Masterpiece molds coming. Like, I think with Trax coming out, I think Trax might be the first new Masterpiece mold we've seen in... I'm not actually no. Maybe I'm just going to say a year because Ultra Magnus came out late last year.
Since the Datsuns.
No, since Magnus and Starsaber.
Yeah.
So they came out early this year.
Bumblebee was a new mold.
Yeah.
But,
yes, that's true. Bumblebee was out last year, though, wasn't
he? Yeah, true.
So I mean, like Magnus and Starsaber sort of came out at the start of this year. So, we haven't had any new Masterpiece molds all year, and now here we go. The floodgates are starting to open. Like we've got Ironhide, we've got Trax and Road Rage, we've got HotRod, and now we've got Shockwave. There's going to be Optimus Primal. Who knows what's to come. So it is good to see multiple new molds finally. I gotta ask one question before we do talk about the figure in a little bit more depth. Where the hell is Hasbro on Masterpieces? Like really, I mean Takara is like streaking ahead of Hasbro, especially like on numbers or anything. But like, where is Hasbro with Ultra Magnus? Where is Hasbro even with Bumblebee or even with like Wheeljack or anything? They're way behind.
Surely they must know that they cannot get the figure in and sell it for a reduced price than what Takara have, because definitely like mold quality on Magnus, they can't fix that. I don't know.
So here's the thing, right? In Australia, we get Takara Masterpieces sold at Toys R Us. We're actually pretty lucky. Like
scalped at Toys R Us.
No. Let's be serious about this. Like Toys R Us is doing people a favour. They are bringing these figures in, and they are selling them to consumers who don't want to buy online. So, like, sure, we can. I don't care about the price. They are bringing them in and they're selling them to people. Like, you can legitimately walk into Toys R Us and you can walk out with Star Saber in Australia. You cannot do that.
Prowl.
Yeah, Prowl is a Hasbro release, I think, isn't it?
Hasbro masterpiece.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like you can't do this in Toys R Us in the USA. Like, when they want these masterpieces, they have to import them.
Yep.
So I think it's a good thing. Like, we're in a kind of a unique position because Hasbro Australia is actually kind of taking care of us. And I mean, to a certain extent, Hasbro Australia is just going, well, look, we know you're going to import these figures anyway, so we may as well do it for you. I do agree on the price. I don't think the prices from Toys R Us are particularly worth it, but not everyone is as savvy to purchasing Transformers online, and some people are just going to walk into Toys R Us and want to walk out with a toy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
We're here to change that, Jason.
No, we're not.
We're going to introduce everyone to online shopping.
I thought I thought you wanted to get in good with Hasbro.
Yeah, nah, not for a $10,000 license. Before we talk about these figures, before we talk about these figures, just interesting to see in the background, MP Ironhide appears to have a sunroof, and his
it's his summer mode. He's relaxing.
Yeah, and his extras are all sitting there on his sled, which is not part of the transformation.
Yeah,
Road Rage looks awesome, and Track's sitting there behind Shockwave flying. I really can't wait to get that figure. But anyway, MP Shockwave, what do we think?
I like him. I reckon there's going to be sort of a medium to light purple colour in him. I don't think he's going to be dark.
That colour will be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how dark they go with the colour or how light they go with it.
It's kind of impossible to talk about Masterpiece Shockwave without talking about Quakewave. So let's get it out of the way, right? There's a lot of comparisons that are going on between Quakewave and Shockwave. There's a lot of people who are actually just freaking the hell out and trying to sell off their Quakewave before Takara craters the value of their Quakewave. I don't see it that way. Like, I'm looking over on my shelf. I have Quakewave, and he's not going anywhere. Like, I may get a Takara Shockwave, but I don't think that the figures cancel each other out. And like, your Quakewave does not stop existing once Takara's Shockwave gets released. I don't think it's a problem.
And can we agree, apart from the hose on the arm, from the hips or from the waist down, that's the only difference between the two?
Sure, Fans Toys did release extra pieces to fix the hose on the arm as well.
Yes, yeah. So the head, the shoulders definitely look exactly the same as Quakewave.
This is true. Mm-hmm. The chest lights up on Quakewave and he lights up, or does he? It might just be a transparent piece. I don't know, actually.
No, it's the chest is transparent.
I thought it lit up.
There's a light up.
I don't know.
No. The eye and the cannon do. On Quakewave, this won't have electronics in it, so you've already lost that with him. Although that might change price, but just the way the hips are. So I see what you're getting at with the hips on the Takara Shockwave. There's sort of they look like they only swing forward, right? Yeah, I know. Yep. They obviously would swing outwards as well, but the look of it again until this is in hand. The lower legs, I love the cartoon accuracy of the curves of the lower legs, but those thighs are too narrow for the figure.
Well, this is a problem that Megatron also has as well in his Masterpiece form.
Yeah.
And look, let's also just take a minute to actually since we are talking about the legs. Quakewave has really chunky legs. They don't look very accurate to the cartoon at all. But what he does have is sturdy legs that can actually support pretty much any pose. And
die-cast.
Yeah, well, the legs are not die-cast, but the feet are.
The feet and the side panels.
Yeah, they're seriously heavy and they're seriously impressive. Now, in terms of accuracy and stuff, the feet, anything from the hips down, you're right. It doesn't look a thing. It doesn't look a thing like what it's meant to, but at least meant to in terms of cartoon accuracy. But I don't think that's really a problem. And this is something that I've been trying to get to sort of articulate this afternoon watching the internet implode at the comparisons between Takara's Shockwave and Fans Toys Quakewave. What I see happening with masterpieces in the last 2 years, and so I've got Quakewave next to Soundwave, and that's probably a bad comparison because Soundwave is a masterpiece from 3.5 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, and so what I see happening with the masterpieces now, and this is true of like Wheeljack, it's true of Bumblebee, they're going for a much more simple look with somewhat, sort of a cartoon accurate look, and they're going for a cartoon accurate look.
Less detail.
Yeah, they're simplifying a lot of the details so that the figure looks a little bit more like they did in the cartoon.
Yeah,
and we'll see a lot of complaints from people who prefer their third-party renditions of figures that they're far more detailed than Takara, and I can't believe how much Takara hasn't done on the figure and stuff. It's not what they're going for.
We'll see that later with Tyrant and Carry. Like those two fit together
perfectly. But back to my point is that Takara is going for cartoon accuracy, whereas the third party companies, they are serving as a slightly different master. And to me, it feels to me like the third party companies are going more towards the people who read the comics. And in the comics, because the figures are on the page for more than like a second that you see them in the cartoon, there's extra detail, there's lots of angles, there's different panel lines, and they've added a lot of detail to these figures in the comics because it makes them look that much more interesting on the page. And I see, we've been saying for weeks that the third party figures are ultra detailed, and I think that's why. It's because they're going for the crowd that are reading the comics and wanting to put out a figure that is sort of, it's worthy of something that someone would design and something that they would actually put into a comic. Like Quakewave to an extent looks kind of like Shockwave does in Dark Cybertron, and I kind of feel like there's a point where someone might read a comic and just go, "Yep, I'm going to get the third party version of the figure because it looks like what I get in the comic," whereas Takara is trying to sell their figures to people who remember the cartoons. And I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. I think it's okay to have both of them. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've made my comparison point there very well enough. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just I wonder, and that would also sort of go to the point that in a comic book, if you had a G1 character, like a G1 drawn character in a comic book without dialogue and everything else, well, you're probably more prone to flip the pages because your eye's not drawn to the character, or something. Maybe I'm not a comic book reader, so this is probably all BS. But one thing with Shockwave is that chest. If they're going for cartoon accuracy, that will just be a yellow or a yellowish plastic, whereas Quakewave's got the detail behind. It's a translucent piece, but it's purple. That'll be one solid piece. Yeah, I think it comes down. I asked you the question again a couple of weeks ago when Ironhide we started seeing photos. Would you sell your iGear Ironhide to get this one? And you said no. I will not be selling Quakewave to get this Shockwave.
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
No,
I think it's a bit crazy that people are suddenly starting to go out and cancel their orders for the Fans Toys figure, but I also think that it's probably why Takara's revealed it about now.
Yeah.
I think it's particularly there.
Yeah, as Bill would say, they've probably been overwhelmed with their orders for the Quakewave figure, so they decide to put their own out there to bring those orders down. But
now, so we've been talking a lot, Mikey. What do you think of Shockwave?
Yeah, go.
Go now.
Go. Yeah.
I personally love the look of him. I think his chest is a little bit too big.
As in pointing out, or?
Yeah, just protruding. But other than that, I love the look. The legs are definitely an improvement to the Quakewave.
Yep.
And I see very much potential for this. He's very smooth, just like the thing we're going to be talking about next. But yeah, I could definitely see the argument of the simplification of design, of not necessarily transformation, because it looks like it's an interesting transformation, but definitely simplification of design, like overall design.
Yeah, just looking at his feet are narrower than his thighs. Look at, there's the one there with Ironhide and tracks behind him, and his feet look really narrow.
He does have quite narrow feet, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah, Quakewave's are nearly as wide as his shins, and you can really get some good ankle pivot on that. But is that a wheel on his hip?
No, that's the G1 had that. That's where the scope I think it's where the scope comes up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just like Ironhide. I've got Quakewave, so I can't sell it to replace it with this. The light up eye alone is an instant seller. And also we've had, I know you and Ash sort of done a digibash, and we did have there was a photo on TFW of them standing side by side, so I don't know if you used that or not, but there's not much of a height difference. I think
there is.
HotRod's up to his centre chest.
No, I think there is a bit of a height difference. I think Shockwave is about a Soundwave class figure.
I'd hope so.
It does look like it. I think HotRod is also a couple of centimetres behind Shockwave as well.
Yeah, definitely. He's not standing on the same line. Because, I think when we started seeing the silhouette and that come out, and even in this, we heard that he was going to be in line with Prow and the Datsuns.
We did. They did say that he'd be in line with those cars. It does look like he might actually be slightly taller, because he looks like he's about the same height as Trax, and we know Trax is a little taller, but not too much. So to me it looks like Shockwave is about Soundwave class, and HotRod should be standard sort of Autobot car size.
Yeah, we just need to see some colour on Shockwave, and we can go from there in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think it'll be the sort of the G1 Pebble. In fact, I just scrolling down TFW, I can see the close up now that actually does show that the legs do pivot out, but despite those sort of weird hip designs. But yeah.
And that might be just a mould detail. They're there in case you want to do the kneeling pose or something, like he's about to receive the Matrix or whatever.
Maybe. But actually, if you look close, you can actually see that there's actually hinges there for those, even the cutout sections to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he does have movement in, and like he's got full movement as far as we can see.
I do quite like his knee pads.
Yeah, they're good.
They're definitely G1.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
this might be the first MP figure with light piping.
That's an interesting possibility.
Yeah. Time will tell for that one. We haven't seen the back of him yet, so
no.
Someone needs to walk around behind it and take a photo tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to see the El Spano press where they only got to see the back of the cabinet, not the front.
Oh, you can. No, you can't. Ironhide's blocking it.
Yeah. So look,
and just Ironhide, he's still showing those hip flaps. People are saying, "Oh, it's okay, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. We can remove them," but I don't think they can be removed.
I don't really care.
Like the look of this Ironhide.
I don't mind him. I've got him on order.
As do I.
He's been photographed wrong, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's been a lot of side shots where it's just showing bulk openings with his arms in the air. Or arms outstretched.
They really do like to put his arms in the air, don't they? Look, I gotta say also, there is
a real wide stance.
There is one particular shot on TFW 2005 where Shockwave is alone in the foreground, and you can see Ironhide in the background, sort of reaching out towards him, and it looks pretty good. Like his
it doesn't look bad.
His face looks good. The main body looks good.
Has he got gun fingers?
I think he does.
Yeah, he does.
The end of the fingers look hollow. Yeah.
I think he's got combinables fingers.
he has interchangeable hands, so that's one of his features.
And he's got the blue windows, so the blue coloured plastic. So yeah.
Look, I reckon Ironhide is one of those figures that is divisive for no real reason, and when it comes out, people are going to love it.
Yeah,
I think
let's talk
people
about
being
HotRod.
spoiled.
Let's talk about HotRod.
All right, HotRod.
HotRod.
Oh, if Daniel was here.
Yeah, he's not. Luckily,
it's okay. He's not. He hasn't drowned us out yet. But HotRod's hands look a bit weird. Like he also looks like he has like round finger syndrome, but whatever.
I think the pinhole, whatever that is, on the top of his wrists, sort of add to the illusion. Like you see those holes, and you see the hand holes just in front.
Maybe he actually has very big handholds. Yeah. Anyway, so look, let's think about the rest of him. I reckon it looks pretty awesome. The bonnet design, I think the bonnet design hasn't been finished yet. I think there's obviously going to be some work on that.
Detail.
Yeah, there's going to be some detail.
It looks flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks flat where it should have a steady curve.
Yeah, that's why I think it's not finished. And I mean, it is a prototype, so you know.
And even like the air quotes headlights are sticking out.
Yeah, they look like
they
look like pieces of cardboard being glued back on.
Yeah, I think they actually are. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a very rough mould. I don't think this figure is as far along.
I don't even think it can transform.
Oh yeah, I doubt it has null mode. It's but I do love they've gone with the just like Rodimus or MP9, the round calves and just the legs. I'm
interested to see what the engineering on the figure is like. Just to see whether or not his transformation is any different, or if he is just a shrunken MP9.
I don't know, because that
doesn't look like a
way too. That thing was way too complicated for its size. This is a lot smaller.
It is a bit smaller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So we'll see where he ends up with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope his transformation is reminiscent of that in the movie. Like you.
Well, he could be. You never know. I don't remember. How does he transform in the movie? Like, what's the big deal?
Well, he lays down.
He kind of unfolds. His body kind of unfolds into the car. The legs go back into like the rear wheels.
Yeah.
And then the arms do this huge thing where they like fully go 180 at the shoulders. And the left arm becomes the right arm, and the right arm becomes the left arm, and then that becomes the front of the car.
I have no idea what you just said.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah. So
anyway.
He should, as he stands there now, and I'm looking at the single pose of him, the bonnet should come up, the head should duck under the bonnet, the arms tucked down to the side, you've got the air intakes either side of the bonnet, and his feet, and that become the rear of the car. Unfortunately, the spoiler is on the back. If that parts forms, I do not care, because the G1 figure did.
I actually just wonder if it's just going to be like a deluxe transformation anyway. Like, that spoiler will turn around 180 degrees and join up with the bonnet and stuff, and be done.
Oh, that's it. Where's the windscreen? The windscreen's
He's on the back.
He's
on the back.
Yeah, it's on the back.
Yeah.
Yep. So that'll all just turn around, come over the top of the head, and that'll be the top of the car, and then.
It's just a case of fitting his legs underneath and figuring out what to do with the arms. I'm sure
the wheels will go in under the bonnet, so
I'm sure they've worked this out. They have their top people on it.
Yeah.
Top people.
Apart from Ironhide, for some, they haven't missed a beat yet, so I don't think we need to worry about it.
Ironhide's not out yet, so I don't think we can.
Yeah,
I don't think we should really say anything bad about it. Also, just on the nasty things about Ironhide front, Ironhide's face looks pretty awesome in these pictures.
It does. It looks so much better than the product photos.
Yeah, I reckon there's. I reckon either they've changed them, either they've changed the face in response to some of the outrage, or the face was never as bad as people think in the first place.
I just don't think it was photographed right. So
possibly not.
And that's there's a few in the community that are talking about that. So
all right, look, we are going to see a lot more of these guys in the coming months.
We'll get sick of it before it's released.
We'll see. Let's talk a little bit about tracks. We had some in-hand images of tracks come out this week. So the ones that I saw were all robot mode. I don't know if. Oh no, that's right. There was a car mode as well.
There's the car top looking down.
Yeah. So, what do we think of the Masterpiece Tracks? He's coming out shortly. Due probably next month at this rate, I think. Yeah. Thoughts? What do we think of him?
In love. I really hope the paint job we get are as good as what's being photographed here.
Takara does seem quite happy to satisfy our wishes on paint jobs.
Yeah, although Sideswipe would disagree with that, but I really like this. I really like this.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect update for the figure. I'm pretty sure this is the original Masterpiece designer that made this one, and not the one that made Ironhide.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see what the original Masterpiece designer would have done with Ironhide, but I'm not going to judge until it comes out. But I think they've done a really, really top-notch job on this one, and I can't wait to get it.
Yep. Even the flame design on there looks really good. And the Chevrolet badge at the front, how it splits in half. I don't think we don't see a robot mode. I wonder if that's on the end of the feet or not. No, that's all pointing backwards. Yeah, it's really good. And some people posted when I put this on the group that they wish they ordered it. Shane at J2Oz Toys have still got this figure available for pre-order, so I reckon go and grab it, because some are saying the Masterpiece line is in decline. I say with this figure it's only going higher.
Me
You
too.
get yourself a nice little blaster. Okay, Raoul can go with the rest of them in the little human collection.
Yeah, no, he's he's not getting displayed anywhere near tracks.
No, definitely not.
I don't even know what I'd do with the blaster, really.
I really want a mini Soundwave. I've always wanted a mini Soundwave.
Yeah, kind of. Who's going to get a mini Soundwave though?
Who's the next Decepticon? We don't have confirmation of next. Shockwave.
yeah.
Shockwave will go.
Yes, Shockwave can come with a mini Soundwave for no good reason whatsoever.
Well, exactly. Well, that's really Starscream should have.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Let's move on, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
There is a Year of the Monkey Platinum Edition Optimus Primal. Is he coming? Is he out yet? No, he's not out yet.
No, not yet.
We've got the first in-hand images, and I'm just going to say truck, not monkey, and hand over to you guys.
Yeah, it's a good reuse of the Beast Machine's Primal.
He does have some good. He's at least got sort of like Optimus's red and white on him, but
yeah,
that does make it even weirder.
Yeah,
he's a red monkey.
Yeah, red and blue monkey. Yeah, that can throw poo. So get that into your system. The only year of the something I've been interested in, the only year of the something that I have is the year of the Snake Omega Supreme, basically just because it's a good looking.
It's a Mega Supreme.
It's a Mega Supreme. There you go. It's a big Omega Supreme. Other than that,
I just want you to say Omega a couple more times.
Well, Omega, Mega.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy into this year of the business because some of them just don't make sense. Like how is
I don't really buy into any of them at all. It's just it does seem a little bit weird that it seems a little bit weird that we get year of the whatever in Australia where we don't use a Chinese horoscope.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Look, let's.
I'm fascinated by the emblem.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The emblem.
The
monkey bot.
Yeah, the monkey Autobot emblem on his shoulder.
So with every release of the year of the something, they've had a unique Autobot or Decepticon logo.
Yeah, this is true. They have the snake one is weird. I haven't noticed too many of them, but I definitely noticed the snake one. Possibly the goat as well, actually.
Yeah, it almost seems like they put all their money into the designers changing the emblem, and then not putting money into what figure they're going to repaint.
Well, the only figure they put money into was really Omega Supreme.
And I think the only figure I'd actually consider buying is the Prime.
Which one?
The gold grill, which was
horse.
Was it a horse?
No,
I think it was horse. That gold grill Prime. So
yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one with the clear trailer.
Yeah. The Soundwave.
You're the horse.
That bronze is just. If it was a completely clear Soundwave, I'd be more interested in putting that bronze.
You mean the year of the goat?
That's the goat. Yeah, because we also got the Prime of something.
Look, I think it's fair to say that none of us really like the year of the X figures, and move on, shall we?
Well, before we do, we're still missing a year of the year of the monkey figure.
Oh, that's this one. That's this one.
Yeah. What's the masterpiece? Yeah. What's the masterpiece release going to be for monkey?
They don't always do masterpieces for Year of the X.
No, they haven't.
Haven't they?
No.
But they could easily just put Primal out.
Primal's got to come. Yeah, that's the thing. He's got to come out next year, and like engineering on that thing's going to set him back. But anyway.
Yeah, all right. Let's move on. Takara Tomy Mall has revealed. Don't really know why they're revealing, but so in Takara Land in Japan, the Combiner Wars series is Unite Warriors, and so they sell their figures as gift sets. So I've got UW01 and UW02 sitting on my shelf here. Those are Superion and Menasor. And Takara Tomy Mall has revealed UW05, and we know. So the way that Hasbro's been pitching this figure is that they've got the white Power Core or Battle Core Prime for no good reason, and they've sort of matched him up as the Voyager for Wave 4 for us. And then match them up with repaints into just the usual Autobots that we expect. So we expect Prowl, Sunstreaker, Ironhide, and Mirage. Takara's shown off their version of UW05, in the gift set form. There's a few comparison images going around showing the. In fact, not in this post that we've linked to, but elsewhere there are some comparisons between the Hasbro and the Takara colours for these figures, and the Takara colours. The Takara colours do seem to be more G1 accurate. And they still combine into a figure that is kind of weird. I think we ended up talking about this figure a bit last week. I think
the Hasbro one, yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of noticeable differences. The original Wave 1 Prime we got. This one's got a bit more of a great pecs.
Well, that's just the Takara difference, because I don't think they've released this mold yet.
Yeah, Sunstreaker's a lot deeper.
Sunstreaker is a much better yellow. He's not fluoro.
It's like a burnt yellow, nearly orange or orangey in it. Like Ironhide's a bit darker red. I don't know about those blue Prime windows on his chest.
It's kind of funny. Like Ironhide does seem to be like a miniature Prime.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so it's. I don't. Sunstreaker, Mirage, and Prowl. I'd consider just buying those individual bots for their individual bots. Ironhide, I don't think he needs to be in my collection, but.
Stick a prime on it.
These, yeah, these wouldn't be in my combiners. These wouldn't be sitting next to Menasor and that.
I'm totally not interested in this as a combiner.
No, me either. But
quick question:
if
does
you're going to
the
get any version, this is the best looking version.
Yeah, definitely. Does the Hasbro Prime, does it have an Autobot symbol on each shoulder?
No idea.
No. I don't have it with me. I can't.
That's because you're in Melbourne.
Hello, Crown. I can see you out the window. When the fireworks going off?
They should be going off on the hour, but it is actually quite late. Let's move on.
I'm at the back of the building, so I won't see him.
Yeah, let's move on. We do have a little bit of third-party news to get through. So let's get onto it. We got Mastermind Creations Ocular Max 01 Sphinx. I'm not going to do the joke that I was talking about in the pre-show about Sphinx. So he's the Mastermind Creations version of Mirage. He looks pretty good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it looks sweet. If we don't get a...
he comes with the little parachute, I think, as well.
That's awesome.
It was drawn in.
Was it drawn in? Oh, that's so disappointing.
That'd be sick. I'd actually display it like that.
That would look awesome.
It'd have to be die-cast. I would not accept a non-die-cast.
You want a die-cast parachute?
Yes, I want one.
Yeah, he does look pretty awesome. I've been sort of thinking about getting a third-party Mirage, and this could be it. I don't know. Mastermind does seem to be really coming into their own in the last year or so, I think.
Definitely. I think it started with Feral Rex.
There seems to be a bit of red on him.
Yeah, around just under his neck.
Yeah,
and there's a red outline on his chest as well. I don't know. I don't mind it.
I like the extra colour.
It sets him off.
Do one accurate or not? Yeah. It sort of adds a bit more colour than just white and blue and black. But
what about his Formula One car mode?
I like it.
Sexy.
Rubber tyres.
I think his nose is a bit short, but I'm not really too willing to kick up a fuss.
Stubby nose on it. Yeah.
I'm not willing to kick up too much of a fuss because let's face it, he's going to be displayed in robot mode.
Yeah. Who done the other? I can't recall now.
I think it was DX9 did Invisible.
Yeah, Invisible. That's the one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seem to have liked that one at the time. I don't think this one has pushed that one out. But I'd have to have a look at comparisons again to see which one, because Mirage, okay, the general rule is once we see two of a third party figure, Hasbro do it, but I don't see them doing Mirage anytime soon. So I think it'd be safe to get to either Invisible or this one.
I think it's safe to get them anyway. I mean, who cares if another one comes out?
As we said in past weeks, like, why not just have one in
half hours?
yeah, just have one in alternate. So, yeah. Anyway, apart from that little stubby nose, alt mode looks very good. Love the engine detail on his back, big fin, and bot mode. He's got the head sculpt. I just wish that one of these companies would put a Perspex yellow box or something in with it to simulate his hologram or disappearing, because that's the Primax or the Megatron Mace. You need to have that with him.
Yeah. All right, let's move on very quickly. DX9 Toys has announced that their Carry figure is being repainted into Terra. He's sort of a Nemesis Rodimus convoy or whatever he's called.
Because why not?
Why not? I mean, why not? Why let Takara have all the fun with repaints is what I say. But they are limiting the figure to just 2,000 pieces. So
no, we better buy it now.
That does drive the price on him up a little bit, I think. There has been a bit of love for Carry going around. I think Bill's got one on order. I think, Brad, you have one on order, do you?
As if you don't have one, Jason.
I actually don't.
Wow.
So I think I said last week that when Kai McFly put his MP9 up against his Carry, He decided that he liked the look of MP9 a little bit better than Carry, and I think I kind of agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not super taken on him. I can hear that Brad has ducked off in the background there, so that's okay. We might just continue on. So I think Terra is coming out in the next month or two. I mean, since Carry's out now, they can do Terra fairly quickly. Let's keep going with some DX9 news. They've got their masterpiece Galvatron in Tyrant, and oh my god, he looks awesome. I've got him
so good.
I've got him on pre-order now. There is still a bit of a concern that gun looks like it's been chopped off a little bit at the back, but whatever. The arm cannon still looks awesome. So yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of pictures of Tyrant posed alongside other actual masterpieces and other third-party figures. I think what DX9's basically done is like, we want to put this next to a figure that people know, and if we make a version of it, we're going to use it. But there, we've got both G1 and cartoon colours of Tyrant on display, and I would totally get the purple version of Tyrant. I actually need to check which one I've got on order. And also, just having a look at the, I don't think we've seen the back of the figure very much until now, but the back of that figure looks very much like the cartoon now. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Also shows that he's got some rear support on his feet as well. That's quite good as well.
Yeah. No, I love the flaky gold or amber cannon. Just matches that G1 mode so much better.
Yeah, that is an interesting point, because I kind of like the transparent orange.
Well, that's the thing. A lot go for that transparent orange, where he's done the flaky goldy orange color.
It looks to me like the grey version, which is sort of accurate to the G1 toy. It looks like that'll have the actual shiny gold, and it looks like the purple version, which is the cartoon accurate version, will have the transparent orange.
Yeah, and if you're getting Carry, Bill, you need this one beside it. The X Transbots one, it does not suit the Carry. Like, it's not as detailed. It's a masterpiece. More of a masterpiece detailed figure, where these are just nice over detailed bots.
I don't see what Takara could do to improve on this. This looks really, really good.
I think where Takara goes and improves on these is where they make them more cartoon accurate with less detail.
Yeah,
so those legs, he won't have the red kneecaps. They're going to be more just like the Quake Wave. They'll be more streamlined, not as bulky. Which, good luck to them, because they've got to try and make that transform. But this guy, the head sculpt looks awesome. I absolutely love that matrix hanging from his neck, even though that's more probably for a Scourge. But,
yeah. But he did it in the movie.
Yeah, the photos of him and Carrie next to each other, they both complement each other really well.
They do.
All right, let's move on. We've still got some DX9 news. They've released color test shots of Hulky. There's someone. Yeah. Is someone driving away with your hotel?
Someone has wrapped a chainer in the bottom of me, and I'm on my way to Kilmore. So
all right,
if the internet drops out, that's why.
So DX9 has released some color pictures of Hulky, their tiny Devastator, and he's got a bit of a Combiner Wars theme to him now as well. Like I see some. I see they've sort of chosen some of the similar colours that have been going into the Combiner Wars Devastator. And we've also... Previous shots of Hulky have been missing his legs. He looks a lot more better proportioned now.
Yeah, he does.
But
his legs, definitely.
He also looks like something I'm not really interested in.
I think that this is the base colour. I don't see this being final colour, just because there's no detail.
There's no panel lines or anything, or
I think the biggest one is his chest shield's green like everything else.
Yeah.
when that should definitely be the purple. But just the bot mode or the figure itself, I really like it.
He does. He does look good. I don't really have a place for him in my collection.
No,
if he was like
same
Titan
here.
class size, I'd buy it because it looks perfect for a Devastator.
Yeah.
I like.
I think, Mikey, I think you've muffled your mic somehow.
Yeah.
No, I'm just getting really tired.
Yeah, that's all right. We got to move on and finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can see from the non-colour image, like the prototype images, he looks really good from the front. Never turn him backwards, because from behind he looks really bad.
Oh, it looks horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I love the look of it. It's not something that I can see in my collection. Just I'm not after Lee's Legend size or World's Smallest just yet. That'll come later when they're double the price, unfortunately.
All right. Let's move on to the final third-party thing, which might be taking upgrade kits a little bit too far. Fans Want It, which could also be a lie, have released an upgrade kit for Age of Extinction Evasion Mode Prime that adds his Jetwing. As the wings that he used. He adds wings sort of like Jetfire and Prime combined in Revenge of the Fallen, which was a whole 2 movies earlier. No, I don't really know why. I don't really know why the product exists. It's kind of weird.
I do not understand who's making decisions there, because the last
I think I do. I think there's some liberal use of cocaine, and I think they might all be sitting around in the room going, "Hey man, we should make some wings for Evasion Mode Prime. Yeah, do that. All right." And that concludes the meeting.
Next we're gonna see a stealth Bumblebee with a jetpack.
Yeah, exactly.
G1. It's just like the last lot we've seen. Yes, the weapon trailer, if that turned into a trailer, be good, but it does not suit Age of Extinction Prime.
Not at all.
These wings look very similar to the Kara, the Jet. What was it called? The Jetwing Prime. Like the Kabaya kit or whatever they released. Just the way these wings are set out. None of this should go with the Voyager Age of Extinction. They're only putting on this because there wasn't a Voyager Dark of the Moon Prime. It's the only reason they're putting with this. It just does not suit. And I said it before and I said it again. Fans want it. Well, we don't.
Just not really.
No.
Which fans want it? All right, let's move on.
Yeah. If you want it, good luck. It's there. Go and find someone that pre-orders it, because I haven't seen anyone put it up for pre-order. So.
Yep. Yeah. We're going to move on. I want to jump us up to new editions, because this is probably going to be the last part of the show. Brad, what have you got? What's new? Tell us.
Thanks to Mikey. I mentioned it was coming last week, and it finally turned up. Cabana Wars Hotspot. Initial playing around with it when I got out of the box, I wasn't overly impressed. Although I've had a bit of a week to play with it, combine it, do all that, and yes, it is better than the Prime / Motormaster mould. There are a couple of issues. His chest piece, when you fold it down to hide the head, it just seems to want to explode and fly off into another universe. But all the tabs, the arms, all that sort of stuff, tabs in quite well on it. It took me a little bit to work out how to get the ladder to fold around for the head mode.
Yeah, and the crotch.
Yeah, I don't understand why he gets scalped.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know why the top of the head folds forward and reveals like a prime crest underneath. I don't. That might come to light further later, but I really don't.
Maybe for maybe Victorian.
Yeah,
possibly.
Well, yeah, definitely it doesn't come in for Bruticus. So
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I've got no idea what that was made for. you wouldn't even fit a pilot in there. So yeah, but apart from that, he looks great in defensible mode. I probably still think he's the best combinables figures out of the first 3 waves that I got. So thank you, Mikey.
Yeah, I was still a bit disappointed with Hotspot just for his like hollowness.
Oh yeah, and that's more so when you got him in alt mode. He's
Like,
just
I feel
very
like if I
long.
don't tie him down, he might float away.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
All right, Mikey, what have you got? What's
I got,
new?
no,
What? You're still going?
Yeah, still going. I'll get
That
through it.
was 5 minutes.
Sorry. I got after the comments. I actually had it last week and I forgot about it. But I got RID Fix It.
Fixit's had a bit of a popular week, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's been pushed left, right, and centre. And after last week, also I got some fruit mince tarts because they are in store. And for some reason, I went into my Target last week and they had a massive selection of. This is off topic. The Lego movie.
Good, because the fruit mince pies weren't.
Oh no! Oh, they transformed into something, but I won't discuss it because
Calories.
Yeah, but a lot of movie. I got another 2 drop ships, so I've got 3 of them now. They're only $79 each, and I waited off on getting the first one when it dropped to 99. So there's $40 saved there. Got Benny's spaceship and some other smaller sets as well. So I'm almost complete on the movie line.
Awesome.
Yeah, fun for the whole family.
All right, I think we can ask Mikey what his new additions are now as well. Mikey, try to answer in less than 5 minutes.
Sweet. So I've decided that I'm collecting MPs now. So I got MP Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Smokescreen, and Starscream this week.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
And they are all very, very interesting figures. Bumblebee, lovely little package. He's probably one of my favourite MPs at the moment.
What's did you pay for him?
From Joel Friedman, 80.
Yep. Oh,
That's great.
Yep.
Sideswipe, really good figure. Smokescreen, it's like Prowl, so I already knew what to expect with him. And
Prowl
Starscream,
Scream.
sorry?
Prowl Screen.
Yes, Prowl Scream. Yes, exactly. And Starscream is really, really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one arriving. It
definitely,
should be good.
you should be. The MP11 mold is a really, really good mold. And my friend, after I sent him some plastic crack for free, he decided to paint up one of the things that I sent him, and it was one of those, what was it? The Spinning Punch Optimus Prime, and he customized it into a Toxitron for me, and it looks really, really good.
Nice.
Right, yeah, this is the green Prime that you posted on the group earlier today.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
Toxitron, yep.
Nice. So I've got... I got Unite Warriors 01 and 02 sets. Thanks to Bill for importing those for me. I think that might actually be the first of my podcast purchases through Bill that's paid off. And I also got myself an MP13B Sound Blaster.
Nice.
So I've now got a blue and a black Soundwave, and I've got all the Masterpiece cassettes. So that's cool.
Yeah, it was nice of Takara to throw in Sound Blaster as a
accessory for Rat Bat.
Yeah. It was nice. Although I managed to get a good photo of Soundwave pointing at the alt mode of Sound Blaster, going, "Oh my god, it plays tapes. This is awesome." So
I see that.
yeah, I was pretty happy with that. And I've got... What have I got on my way? Oh, I've got a Cyclonus on his way from one of the guys in the group. He's a Henke version. So he's got probably the brightest purple color scheme, and it might be the best for the Make Toys Cyclonus upgrade to turn him into more than meets the eye Cyclonus. So we'll see. And I also just realised that you have to say more than meets the eye Cyclonus, because otherwise it sounds like you said more than meets the arse. More than meets the arse Cyclonus. I guess you need an accent for that one anyway. So yeah. Look, I think that brings us to the end of the show. It has been a late night. We had a few technical difficulties recording, so we've started late. Mikey's falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. Brad's probably half asleep.
And
go.
I was just going to say, we did put out the call for feedback for our bottom 5 worst figures. We will do that next week.
We'll do it next week. It's cool.
Yeah, with HotRod and Shockwave being released today, we wanted to concentrate on that. So
yeah, we had to talk about the figures that's going to go straight to the bottom of Dan's want list.
Yeah. So it'd probably tie into his bottom 5. I'm pretty sure he put on his bottom 5. The first 3 spaces were anything HotRod. So yeah. We have 3 iTunes reviews. Number 1 from Mega TF Man.
I wonder who that is.
Cool. That sounds familiar. Real People, it's a 5-star review. Real People, Real Transformers, a real good time. Thank you, Mikey.
Mikey goes straight to the pool room.
Yep. Number 2, this was a 4 out of 5-star review from Dennis and Kathleen, which are good friends of the show and the group. Easy listening while working or editing TF videos. Well done, guys. Always good listening to the episodes while working from home. Good easy listening. Keep up the awesome work.
Aww, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I think for a 4 out of 5-star review, next combiner I send, you're only going to get 4 of the figures, not the 5.
Yeah.
And K in the ACT, which I have to search the member list and find out who that is. But
basically, guys, just if you're not sure, if you leave a review, Brad's going to figure out who you are.
I'm the dog, the big bad dog. Yes, K and ACT 201 is the thing. It's a 5-star review. Awesome group of fans, just having fun. Love seeing when other ep is ready to listen to. So
actually, I know who K is, but that's okay. Hi, Kieran.
I wasn't going to say it. They would have been yeah. So thanks for the iTunes reviews. I'm next week. We'll probably launch a review competition because we've just hit 2,000 downloads and that's only 3 reviews. So,
all right, and
we have listeners out there. So I'm going to bribe you.
And we are also going to continue to read out our reviews one by one.
Yeah, yep. You leave a review, we will mention it on the show. So very well.
Competition or something.
Yeah, we'll start one.
We'll sort one out. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
It's sort of keyed in, but yeah. So, anyway,
we're gonna wind this up. We've been going for a little while. It's time to finish. Podcast is on iTunes. Please wander over and give us a good review. And you can also find the podcast going up on the YouTube channel with sound and vision, courtesy of Brad's remixing. Thank you for listening. Now, Mikey, give us a shameless plug on your group and how to enter your Swarm of Bees competition.
Okay, so...
Or you can have it shameful if you want. It's okay.
Yeah, it'll be shameful. So, Fans of Transformers Australia is a Facebook group. Is just another Australian Transformers Facebook group, really. And we're having a... competition at the moment called the Swarm of Bees. So basically what it is you enter by PayPaling me at least $1 to gain 1 ticket. $5 gets you 6 tickets, $10 gets you 12 tickets, etc. And the money raised, half of it goes to charity and half of it goes to funding further prizes in the future. But what can you win, you may ask? Well, it's called a Swarm of Bees. So the third prize is a Legend Bumblebee. Second prize is a deluxe class Goldfire, and the first prize, the major prize, is a G2 Bumblebee Masterpiece. So search in your Facebook search bars for Fans of Transformers Australia, and then enter the Swarm of Bees for your chance to win one of these 3 bees.
Awesome.
Very nice.
All right. Now, people can find you. People can find you in the group using either an avatar that has a funny hat on, or an avatar that has half Soundwave and half you.
Yep.
I'm not really sure why, but it's fine. You're in there twice because you like it so much.
It's a fedora.
It's a very small fedora.
And I'm holding a dog.
Yeah. Excellent. All we need is
a dog.
Yeah, Fedora Dog. If you can find Mikey. Find Mikey to enter the Small Bees competition. Find Brad. You can send Brad $5 and become a member of the Transformers Collectors Club Australia. Find me and just, I don't know, say hi. I feel a little bit left out, so I'm just gonna plug myself. Thanks.
You'll be alright.
I will have recovered by next week, which is when we will all chat to you again. So farewell, everyone, and thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Thank you for downloading this latest episode of Off the Shelf, the voice of the Transformers Collectors Club Australia. For further information, check out Facebook, where we have our Off the Shelf page, hit like, or even check out the Transformers Collectors Club Facebook group. Any and all feedback is more than welcome. You can send email to transformerscca@gmail.com, or head on over to iTunes and leave us a review there. Also, Podbean have a review section where you can rate us, and that way we get out to more people. Till all are one.
These stupid one-off add-on kits. Oh.
I don't mind the one for Prime. Like, it fixes a bunch of things about the figure, but then there's sort of a point where if you have to add on so much to a figure, the figure is probably not the figure you want.
I was surprised to see Shockwave today.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, nice.
They're definitely going for cartoon accuracy.
Definitely.
Which gives me high hopes for Galvatron.
Oh, easy. We've got more chance of getting him than Megatron.
Everyone's starting to talk. But everyone's talking about them doing a Megatron 2.0 because they're doing HotRod 2.0 now.
Yeah, but they don't prime all that long time ago. So, and I've always been against. I suppose we can talk about this in the Shockwave
section.
In that section, but I've always been in the thought that no, they'll never do another pistol. But
I wouldn't mind a tank.
Well,
I think the general consensus has been that they would happily do another pistol because they don't really care what happens outside of Japan.
Exactly. Combiner Wars, they're making their own groove and that, and Star Saber being one of their highest sellers over there makes me wonder that definitely another MP Megatron could be on the cards, but we'll have to see. Normally with the party first.
Hello?
Yeah, we keep losing you. Oh, am I cutting in now, am I?
Yeah, you are.
I've only got 3 out of the 5 bars on 4G.
Oh, that sucks.
I wonder if I should cancel 4G and just go to 3G.
No, you should not.
No?
Even on low reception, 4G is much better than 3G.
Okay. Just, honey, did you log on to the hotel Wi-Fi? How many bars you got in the top window? 2. Okay, hotel Wi-Fi sucks. Alright, I'll stay with this.
Are we allowed to add Sorry.
That's alright, I was just going to say if I cut out I can edit it out, that's alright.
Okay.
Just let me know so I can voice my illegitimate comments.
Whereabouts are you staying? It looked like you're sort of down the Spencer Street end.
No, other side of the river. Urban Central, it's right next to CityLink, just before the Powell Street off-ramp and the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So I've got, if I look at one window here, 50 metres, and I've got the CityLink freeway.
Cool.
It's cheap at Central. So,
yep.
We'll try and work with these dropouts the best we can.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Is Skype Translator any good?
It's not what we want anyway.
Although we have reached 13 listeners in Spain, so if you want to touch up on your Spanish, they might appreciate it. I can see Crown Plaza across the road. Tomorrow night should be fun.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
The Vic meetup.
Oh, nice.
Let's hope so.
Oh, I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. How was the one you went to last week? Or this week?
I didn't.
Yeah. Who was the guy in the Optimus Prime suit?
No, that was WA.
Oh, yeah, that one. How was it?
I didn't fly to WA. If I couldn't get to Sydney, I definitely wouldn't have gone to WA.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that was someone got a they got their Prime suit off Amazon.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
I really like it.
Oh, fair enough.
And hopefully it's a good discussion because I'm not drunk.
Are you usually drunk?
Yeah. Did you listen to last week's episode?
Yeah, true.
That's why it was called Off the Rails-ish.
Alright.
We're all a little bit there, so... Alright. 10:30, an hour later than normal.
An hour and a half.
Mm.
Alright, let's go.
Smurf along with me. Simple as can be.
Next time you're feeling blue, just wear a smile.
I hate smiles.
Happy things will come to you.
So smurf yourself a grin.
Ooh, I hate Smurfs.
La 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 la